All right, guys, we had a bit of an incident. So we managed to take the 3S brushless out there and managed to run it pretty good. So I ran it on 3S, I ran it on 2S, and everything was great. I did not see the gear mesh having any problem. I didn't blow the plastic spur gear, but I was basically coming off this hill at about full speed with 2S LiPo in it, and I was like, instead of hitting it straight, I'm gonna hit it at a little bit of an angle. And when the car buggy came down, I think I really nailed that left front wheel into the dirt or into the grass, and it broke. Now what it broke was, I guess you would call this kind of like the hub piece, and you can see right here, if I can get it in the light, yeah, right where it broke, right there. So, you know, they do sell an upgrade to these, which I think are metal, but what I'm thinking is that since this has never happened with any of my other WLtoys 959s, this looks like a very kind of brittle, a little bit less flexible plastic. Just feeling it, it has that sort of very brittle feeling. So I don't know if anyone else has done this before, but that's what happened. The other bit of the carnage is that I lost the bottom of the shock. So there's usually this little retaining clip right here, basically, so I'm going to be looking for that. But otherwise, everything else went good. So I'll show you where I was. I was pretty much doing like full-on speed runs in 2S, and I would say probably was going about 30, 38. You know, I'm not sure what the top speed is in 2S with the brushless motor, but it's a little faster than stock. I wouldn't say it's like crazy fast, but it's a little faster. So I was coming like this full on and just pretty much like coming off this little hill, and I decided to go at an angle the last minute, and I think that was just too much for it. So that's what happened. 3S is really insane. I mean, it really runs good on 3S, totally amazing. Just my 3S battery didn't last that long, so it looks like I'll be ordering some parts from WLtoys and upgrading all these. So, but just to show y'all everything else, my biggest concern was much more this pinion and also the spur gear. But I'll see if I can get some good light in here. Didn't see any problem there, and you can see the spur gear looks just fine. So everything else was running great. You can see I was running the stock battery in here, and everything was great. Not a problem at all. So everything ran great. I don't know if this is slightly bent here. It seems a little off. So that's another thing. You know, these cars, you know, there's something to be said about metal, also something to be said about plastic. And plastic, as long as it's flexible, will bend really well, and that's a good thing. Metal may not. Now this dog bone also got a little bit tweaked, but you know, it's not so much that I would need a new one. All I would end up doing is just going in and, you know, just bending it back. So that's the deal, guys. Sorry I didn't get any footage. I was really just out here testing it with the kids, kind of easy, and as it got better and better, I kept going. Now this is not, didn't get too hot. After I'm running it, I was, you know, touching it. I couldn't keep my hand on it, so maybe it's quite hot, but the motor was fine. Everything was pretty good. I really love this switch where it's mounted. So easy to do everything you need to do, turn it on, and still runs just fine. So that's the deal. See you next time.